welcome to Non-Perishable Goods Podcast. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And we are back, baby. There is just so much to talk about. So many things have happened. Yeah, and we're here.
So, what's going on today? What's going on in the world?
Well, we know there's so much that's going on in the world,
We
but
got war, we got assassination attempts, but all in all,
staged.
we have breakups.
This is true. This is true. And you know what's kind of crazy is that the whole world is talking about the breakup between Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson. I mean, both of our timelines are talking about it. And my parents, my mom even texted me about their breakup and, whatever traditional news station they watch. Like, it's really all over the world. Like, everybody is talking about that breakup. And I don't know if that's like, what does that say about our society? But, because, like, you know what I mean? It's just like everyday people. They're high.
They're
Um,
not everyday people.
I mean, they're
Mhm.
celebrities. They're celebrities, but they go through the stuff that we go through. And I think the reason it was so relatable or why so many people are talking about it is because so many people are going through it. So that's what I kind of mean. Like, it's an everyday situation that people go through.
I don't
And
think it's that.
what do you think it is?
It's because Megan has a bunch of fans who are just like her or see themselves in her. And when after all the guys she dated, they thought this light-skinned brother was going to be it. And it turned out he wasn't it.
And that's what
And they're
hits the
all
hardest.
disappointed. They're all pissy. They're all crying. They're all throwing a fit, and it's all bullshit.
No, but I feel that because when I first heard they were together, because I love a good love story. Like, who doesn't? You want to have somebody to have success and like everything that she's gone through in her life, you kind of were rooting for her. And then you kind of were rooting for him because he has this good boy image, quiet image.
That's not
Uh,
true.
I know, that's what I found out.
We
But
we weren't rooting for him. We were wondering why he's fucking with her.
okay, so there are some men who definitely felt that way. You know what I
We
mean?
were like, why are you treating her like a girlfriend and not how like dude was treating Cardi B? I don't know who that other guy was.
Oh,
I don't
Offset.
know who these niggas are. I don't watch sports. I don't know who these dudes are, by the way. I've never heard this dude before in my life.
Who? Clay? Oh, her new guy.
So Cardi
Cardi
B had
Cardi
a
B's new
dude.
dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cardi B had a dude. I guess he played sports too, but he got her pregnant, right? But
I
he
think so.
didn't. He never like made them legit. They're just fucking with each other. And he just made he. And I guess he's having babies all over the place. But she still had his
Right.
baby. You know what I'm saying? Now we have Megan doing it, dating a baller. You know what I'm saying? And but she's doing it legitly. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't work out because he's not because he probably had his boys in his ear like why you fucking with her? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like she's not wifey material. She's situationship material
Right. But why do you guys feel that way?
because
Like,
she got hella bodies. She's a liar. She lied to Gail King. She fucked her best friend's man, Tory Lane. You know what I'm saying? She's fucking with all these uh, 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 people in the industry, the soccer player, Tory, uh, I guess this other rapper. I guess when they broke up, they were like throwing diss tracks at each other. It's like stupid.
but I mean, they're definitely, I mean, of course, in our
She's got
society,
bodies, 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 bodies.
but there's a double standard there because, of course, yes, there are some men who have a strong issue with women who are sexually active. And,
Yeah,
like
they don't like it.
yeah, I understand that argument. Like
Okay,
I totally get it. Just, also coming
and we
from,
accept the double standard. You're right.
you know what I mean? Like, but and I coming from like a faith perspective or, my faith, Christianity, whatever you want to call it. I do understand like how being promiscuous or not being modest and, living that life can deter a good, wholesome man from wanting to marry you. But I don't think that Clay was like that type of man. Like, I think Clay was just out here to have fun. And I think they both liked each other though. Like I think they both
I
I
think
think
he
they
tried.
both needed something. No, but it's not just, but I think they
I think
both,
he tried. But I think he was fascinated because it's Megan. I keep want to say Megan.
yeah,
It
no.
it's Megan Thee Stallion. She has all this clout. She's a mystery. He's probably I don't know his track record, but it's like it's fascinating. So he's like trying it out, and then he's like, okay, this ain't going to jail with me and my family. My dad is from basketball ilk. My siblings, my mom's like she's just not going to vibe. She's not vibing with my family. So
But
I
she
need
did
somebody who's going to
though.
vibe with my family.
But she did.
Wait, how?
They had Thanksgiving together.
One,
Right, but they've only been together for like a year
like six
publicly.
months.
No, it's been like a year publicly. And so, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like what I'm learning is a year is really not that long that you know somebody,
No, it's not.
you know?
Look, he tried
So,
it. He tried it, and he took it back. You know, he tried the shoes on, and he thought it could work out. He thought he can take that, the little space in the front of the shoe. Maybe I could ignore it, but he couldn't ignore it. So he took it back.
yeah, I do.
It's over.
Like, I do agree with you that a lot of his boys and just the world, because of all the things that you mentioned, with Tory Lanez and, her
Too
past
much baggage.
of being a liar and,
Too much baggage.
and all those things.
You
But
don't want it.
so, I mean, so it probably was hard for him to shut that out, but you have to also take into account that he is not a faithful man because like his past relationships, from what's being reported, most of his relationships were only like 2 years and less, and they were ended because of like his infidelity issues.
How do you know
So,
that he has infidelity issues?
because it was reported like he's dated, I guess, some models, and he's dated like the other one person that I really know is Coco Jones, the R&B singer. He was with her for a couple years, and I guess they split amicably. They didn't say the reasoning, but a lot of his other relationships from the past were due to him not being faithful. So it's just who he is. Like it's in his character. And I mean, somebody who is on that level, because they're both, high level people, but athletes, that's a whole different world. Like, I feel like even an athlete and a rapper, unless you're like Jay-Z, then you're like on that level. But athletes really have like, they're on a whole nother level of, temptation, of, just being like worshiped and praised since they got out of college. Um, like they're definitely put on a pedestal and women throw themselves at them all the time. So it's more difficult for them to be faithful. But then we have this, Steph Curry, and you have the King James who's with his wife for, and seem like family men. So, but those are kind of just, outliers in this whole in the NBA. Most of the guys are not faithful. So that's kind of on him. Like he wasn't able to be everything that everyone thought he was gonna be to Megan because and she changed her ways. Like who knows? We don't know. Like Megan has gone through a lot. And I feel like, she's 30. She's young. She's like 30, 31. He's almost 40. So she was a young woman, he took her in and I mean, I won't say that I don't even know how they met, but it's just like it's a link up that people didn't expect to happen. And so seeing this happen, everybody like as a woman, like I wanted it to work for them and I think she really liked him because he showed her a different world, you know? And I think that's why it went so fast. And I think he liked her because, I mean, Megan is beautiful, you know? And that's what he wants. That's what he wanted. Like it did give him some cool points because I mean, people know who Klay Thompson
So
is.
cool points for y'all, not for us. We don't. We told her we were saying this is a red flag. We're like, what are you doing, Clay? What you doing,
But
bro?
right, but she wasn't the one that ruined this.
You
Based
just
on
get a
that
taste and you leave.
right.
Okay, and you leave.
But there are a lot of men who want beautiful stallion, beautiful women like her. And clearly he's
Yeah, there's a million of her. There's not a million of Clay.
no, there's not a million of Megan the Stallion is at the top of her industry.
Now he can get somebody else like her, body wise, face wise, even better.
No,
She's
but
she's
but
a
she's an
she's.
entrepreneur. She's a mogul. She has a lot of
We don't care
money.
about that. We don't care about the money.
But I mean, when you're on that level, men do care about. I mean, they don't care necessarily,
No, we don't care. They don't have to
but
care.
it's helpful. But it's helpful
No,
if
no, it's not.
for a guy
In fact,
because
it gets in the way.
I
A
mean for
man, a man of a man of Clay's stature and rep, he don't need a woman who makes millions and who's an entrepreneur. He don't care about none of that shit.
right,
He wants the beauty and fertility and that's it. That's it. Femininity,
right,
that's it.
and I agree with you because the type of man that he is, that's all he wants. But most men that are like successful, grounded, has good character, they want a woman that's equally smart. Like, I mean, some men is
Who said that?
for some men it's not a big deal, but like you don't want to have a bird brain wife if you're trying to build and raise children and like go forward.
Right? Where did bird brain come from? Just because you're not an entrepreneur doesn't mean you're dumb.
No, no, no. I'm just
You could be
saying.
at Burger King or you could be a lifeguard. You know, it doesn't matter. Like if I'm Clay and I'm dating a lifeguard, it doesn't matter if I make a million. It doesn't matter if she's like minimum wage as long as she's good, she's feminine. You know what I'm saying? She licks my balls and we have a good time together. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Right,
care
but
about
that's
her career.
right, but that is a specific type of man. Like, yes, I totally agree with you. But there are men out here who want to be with in a power couple. Like, haven't you heard that term? Like, there are men that want to be with other educated, successful, ambitious women. They don't want a woman who's just there
Well,
for
that
their
sounds
money.
gay.
But I mean, that's
Who
just
who goes out? What guy goes out and says, "I want a girl with a PhD and a degree, or I just can't get down with her"? Who says that?
a man that wants to have good stock, like who wants to have like
Why does it matter? We know what's good stock: nice legs, nice toned legs, nice stomach, nice face, feminine body, nice hips. You know what I'm saying? Like perky tits. That's it. That's good stock right there.
no,
That's
but
good
that
stock.
yes, for a particular type of man that is like Klay Thompson. Yes. That's all they look for. I mean, but then there's like I use the example, LeBron James and his wife Savannah James. Like she doesn't just sit there and do nothing. Like she
What
raised
was she
his
doing when
children
they? Yeah, that's what exactly. That's all we need.
and she's a businesswoman. Like she does,
Who from a businesswoman win?
she had a podcast. Like she does different
See,
things.
win when they were married
Yes.
or before they were married.
When they were married.
Yeah, he made her. She didn't make him.
That's
He
not
she
facts though.
he gave her money. She's bored in the house. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. He gave her more opportunities. What was she doing before LeBron became LeBron James?
Here, let's pause. Let's look on that. Look that up. Maybe she's not the best example, but they did know each other since high school, and she was down with him since high school,
Yeah,
and she raised, they had started a family, they raised
yeah.
children together.
She played her position.
But there's more to life than just
And they related, and she went to school, and she went to college, so she's smart. and
Right.
she played her position as a housewife, as a mom, and as a wife. That's what we need. That's all we need. That's all we need. That's a power couple right there to me. That's a power couple.
Well, yeah, she's
Well,
a power couple.
it's the best thing to have your mom in the house while dad goes and brings the cheese. You know what I'm saying? That's like the best. Like when I had my mom in the house coming home from school, that was like the best. So like if women could be housewives and do that and give us that, that's all we need, baby.
Right. But
We
then,
don't
I
need your
mean,
degrees. We don't care about none of that shit. We don't care. That's a man working and then a house having a housewife taking care of the kids. That's a power couple right there. That's beautiful.
right. But that is also
I don't
an
need the Bezos shit.
NBA. That's also an NBA all-star who has millions and millions of dollars where a wife can sit at home and just take care of the kids, which is
I
a
mean,
lot of
my
work.
dad wasn't an NBA player, and I had that. Some most of my friends have that. Mom in the house, dad go to work. That's it. Worked out. It's
Right,
cool.
but in today's time, there are so many women that are single that don't have that opportunity. So we have to be smart. We have to work. We have to survive because you can't, men don't want to take care of women anymore. Like
Yeah, I
that's
wonder
a real,
why.
I don't know, you
Why
tell
is that?
me.
Why is that, Stacey?
But also, we can't really generalize a whole gender based off of, a few
I mean, you can
circumstances.
generalize. We have to start from somewhere, and then we can go down. You also can't pick the outliers on giving you hope and shit. You have to live in reality. What's
Right.
reality?
And the reality is there's a lot of men out here who aren't as successful as women who can't afford to be in relationships.
Or it's women want once they start making more than a man, they want a man who makes more than them. But the man that makes more than them has options, Clay. So that they're gonna have to play sister wives, or they're gonna have to be alone, or they're gonna have to have cats
Right.
and dogs, or
Because
they're
who
gonna have to
wants,
start dating each other.
which are all happening. But why would, I mean, women who want to be with a man, why would they tolerate disrespect, cheating and any of that? Like, why would somebody be okay with that? And I'm sure there's
Well,
some
if
women who are okay with it, who have taken men back plenty of times in, marriages. They forgive and move forward and stay together and never get divorced. But I don't know. I couldn't do that personally.
why would you think that a high value man who's tall, got money, successful, would stick with you? Why would any woman think that they don't have competition 365? You got to be up on your game.
But it's not about, but
Bros like that, they have options.
right. And that doesn't make them a high value man. That makes them a high earning man because a high value man to me is somebody who has character, who has integrity, who is loyal, who is fine with loving one woman. Like that's a high value man to me. So it just depends what people find to be valuable. But I don't think a man that's tall and he's in the I don't even want a ball player. I've never wanted a ball player because I've heard my whole life what you have to deal with. So, I mean, and a lot of men are like, "Oh, well, women should choose better." And da, 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 da. And it's like, Megan, you know how it is. Like we sometimes feel like we could change certain men because of who we are, but her getting cheated on, Beyonce getting cheated on, like there's no like and to society, they're like top of the line women, whatever you want to call it, and they got cheated on. So it has nothing to do with the woman. It has everything to do with that man and his character. So there's that, sir.
It's hard. It's hard when you have options. You know, what I'm saying it's hard to put the player card down.
Right. So then don't act like you want to be married. Like, I mean, I guess he was excited, you know what I mean? He was having great sex or whatever, and that causes attachment.
Where are you getting this? He said he's having great sex.
I mean, you look at the videos that she's posted, like she posted him a lot on her page and of the things that they were doing, like they were going on trips, she was planning, birthdays for him and they were just doing all the couple things. But but if you think about it, it was only within a year and you don't really know a person and they don't really know you in a year's time. Like people change. Like you need to like honestly, I would suggest people who want to be in a solid relationship, you got to not start off with sex. You have to be friends first for at least 2 years.
Damn.
At least 2
At
years.
least 2 years. Why two? What?
Because
Two
people
years for
change.
what?
People change. People change. And
Two
it's
years. 2 years for what?
like if your goal is to be married, if the
Okay.
goal is to be married, like that's the thing too. People have to start like identifying what you both want in the beginning. Like if we're just having casual sex, then you don't have to do all of these things. But if you want to be married, you need to like take it slow. People need to earn trust. You need to not have sex because you've told me, even if you had sex with somebody, guys, that's sometimes all they want. And once they get that, they change, you know? So it's really hard out here for women because we give our all and and all is like even, our sex. Like we give our all when we find somebody that we like, but and we express ourselves through emotion and sex and affection. And as soon as a man gets that, they're off you. Some men.
I will. I will say if more women were holding out for marriage, then we as men would have to change our game, right? We would have to change our game plan. But
But why does it have to be a game plan? Oh, go ahead.
because we meet women who give it up so easily, we get used to that. So all we now the game plan is, I don't know if that sentence is weird. Now the game plan is to have game, to have riz, to have, you know what I'm saying, to spit uh these words to persuade her to give us the vagina in a day or a few days or a week. You know what I'm saying? It turns into a game. But if women were like,
But why is that the
oh,
goal?
I don't do that. What do you mean? Why does that have to go? Because we like pussy.
But don't you
What?
but if you just objectify women and that's all there's like so
That's what I'm saying. If women didn't give it up so easy, so fast, we would change our minds would our mind would change as far as that's concerned. You know what I'm saying?
but
We
there's
wouldn't we wouldn't be like, oh, I'm trying to talk to all these girls to get pussy. No, I'm trying to talk to all these girls to get a wife so I can get some pussy. Which means family instead of just getting pussy. But because women was giving it to us on the casting couches because of our status, because we just said we were there at the right time, whatever, because we bought them a drink or whatever. It's like, dang, now I don't have to be that. I don't have to be a husband. I could to get pussy. I can just get pussy just by going to the bar or whatever. I get
well,
booty just by
yes,
walking outside and having designer jeans and shoes on, or
right,
having
because
a nice ass car. I got
right.
a Bugatti in the garage. I just got pussy because of that. I'm in Miami. I'm in Los Angeles.
Right, because there's just as many in this day and age, and actually, I think since the beginning of time, there are women who want to just have sex. There are, you know, and that is what Megan the Stallion has kind of portrayed her
Megan the
image.
stylist. Uh,
She's portrayed her image to be a promiscuous woman, and she calls that empowering. But in my personal opinion, I don't feel that having sex should be something that empowers women. Because
yeah. Why would I want to be with a woman like that? Why would I want to go out and hold this a woman's hand who's fucking all these dudes, and that's empowering? Like that's not family values.
right,
That's not wifey material. That's everybody material.
right, but
That's the streets material.
there has been a major change in tide where I feel like a lot of men want those types of situations and they want those kind of women, and those women are winning out. And that's why there's so many women that are moral and that are good women
Who
and
wants those? What are you talking about?
that are modest. I'm not saying all men, but I'm saying that, I mean, we grew up with, oh, you can't make a hoe a housewife, but I've seen so many men make hoes housewives in like over the years. And I'm not just talking about celebrities, I'm talking about like people that I know, you know? So, and I won't say they're like for real hoes, but well, actually, shoot, I do know some hoes that are getting wifed. So it's just, like that's just the way, like that's why I think people just really need to identify what they want in the beginning. And then if that person, and if you have I don't know, the opportunity to be with a man that is honest with you about what he really wants and he's not just gaming you, then that is a beautiful thing. But that's the scary part with all of this. Like, was Klay gaming her like a lot of men game women all the time just to have sex? And the woman the whole time is thinking, oh, he loves me, it's me and him, blah, 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 blah. And he's over here having sex with like a gang of other women. So how do you know what I mean? Like it's a gamble, like out here. So I don't know. Even if women do all the things right, or even men who do all the things right, it just really depends on the character of that person.
I'll put it like this. I don't condone cheating. I think if you guys are made that deal to be monogamous, you got to respect that contract. You got to respect it. You got to put a name, respect, whatever. I can't talk
Because
to that.
because what does that
But
mean?
if you once you cheat on both sides, it don't matter who is. Once you cheat, that's coward shit, and that's very disrespectful, and goes against the contract, obviously, and it's lame. If you're a player on both sides, men and women, and you're a player, like don't waste, unless you just fucking and you know that, don't waste each other's time. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just fucking, then yeah,
And I think
do
so many people
you do.
yeah, and I think so many people today are fine with just fucking. And like that makes them feel like that's gonna keep the relationship going. But there's so many other things that keep a relationship going if your goal is to be married.
I don't think I, in modernity, I don't think male and females trust each other, but they trust each other to have sex. If that makes and that doesn't make any sense. But they don't trust each other to have be in a relationship.
The
But
flesh
they
is
but they
weak.
but they're but they're you're right. But they're also not gay, or they might be bi, but they prefer to be with each other, but they don't want to be committed to each other, because one, there's so many options out there because of going out COVID, after COVID, and then dating apps, and then I think like 50-60% of us are making okay money, so we're out there, and we just need a distraction, and we're not. It's just too many. If you're out there looking, there's too many options.
Yeah, but options don't mean that's good for you. Because for me, like, if you're just out here having a gang of casual sex, you're opening the door for attachment, you're opening the door for like disease, you're opening the door for, just a lot of things that like, I already said
Yeah, but
emotional
nobody's thinking
attachment.
about that except for you, because you're a germaphobe.
No,
But obviously not everybody's not thinking about that. Look up the stats on how many on the
in America,
herpes.
I know it's terrible. Like there's
Look at
It's so
it's
many people. It's common. Like herpes is like out here. Like even what syphilis and like gonorrhea and all those other diseases are on the
in the
rise.
chlamydia.
Yeah, and HPV and like
Oh,
everything. Like all this
that's
stuff,
a good one.
right? Like I mean, if you're sexually active, you're gonna get something. And you're gonna be fine with it. You're gonna just be like, oh, I'll go get my pills and I'm gonna keep moving, keep it moving, you know? Like I just couldn't, I don't operate like that. But I
You
also
could
think
just good.
maybe this is the Western world that is like this.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
Because other places are more modest and more conservative and
Well,
more
what
like
other places? Like
moral.
what? Like
Um,
Poland and Norway?
um, well,
Not the UK, not Australia.
yeah. Well, I'm thinking maybe like Africa, because a lot of those people are very religious. Like
Depends
they're,
on where in Africa.
yeah, like, and a lot of Muslim people, they're very modest. Like there's just, it's a different world out here. Like Western world is very, it's different,
Yeah. Well, we let's
like it's
focus on the
accepted.
Western world.
It's like we're so empowered.
Well, we don't trust each other. It's like men think women only want us for our money or what we can give them. So they want the free food or they want pussy for exchange for like Louis Vuitton,
But that's
whatever.
what
You
you
know what I'm
guys tell
saying?
us that, but that's what you guys say that you want.
No, we want the pussy.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, and you guys want us to be at home. So, how are we going to be at home taking care of the kids and the family if you're not out taking care
But
of us
why?
financially?
How am I in the beginning gonna trust you if you just want me? If you're already point blank telling me you only want me for my money, and then how do I know like after you have my kids, you're not gonna like divorce me, take all my shit, and go fuck some other dude who has more money than me? You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? There's no bond is being made if I'm buying you drinks or buying you clothes. That don't mean I know you. That don't mean we know each other. That just means that I can buy you things.
And there
There's
are
no
women,
connection. There's no bond. There's no nothing.
right? And I'm saying
It's all
there are
surface
women
level.
like that. Yeah, there are women like that for sure.
So I'm saying, so
But
when we go out, it's like it's hard. It's hard to trust each other. So now it's like it's all game. It's all
no, but
maybe
the
I buy
way,
her a drink or whatever, and then she thinks I'm gonna buy her shoes, and but I can persuade or convince her to give me the Jimmy Jam. So I hit, and then I bounce, and it all cost me $20 for a drink because of a drink. You know what I'm saying? And some words. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and those type of people need to like link up with each other.
But
But
women, I'm saying women are the gatekeepers of sex, right? So if women if were more modest about it and waited till marriage or whatever, waited till like you said 2 years or whatever, then we would have to change our game plan. We would not be thinking like this. It's only because of y'all
okay,
making it so easy.
explain to me how women are gatekeepers again. I've heard you say this. I've heard many men say that women choose or gatekeep.
Yeah, we can if we force our way through the gate, what is that? It's rape. We can't have sex until you let us have sex. If we unless if we bust through the gate, that is sexual violence, and no righteous man is going to do that. So you are the gatekeepers of sex. You let us in through the gate. So how do we do that? We have to have the key. Otherwise we can't go in. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. But let's just say that they're both consensual adults
Yeah,
and you guys are both feeling each other.
yeah. You could feel each other, and I still can't get in the gate until you let me in the gate to your punani.
But that could go both ways. I don't know. But I hear what you're
No,
saying.
I don't. What? How both ways? I can't. I don't like booty sex.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if a woman like throws herself on a man that who isn't necessarily ready to take it there, and which is a few and far between, I'm sure. Because that's the thing.
Well, that's true because she
All
might
men
be
are
ugly
ready.
and be hella aggressive, and you gotta be like, nah, nah, young lady.
So it could go both ways, but it's not as common. So yeah. So I hear what you're saying. Huh. Interesting. Yeah.
I mean, who's more persuading? Who's more doing the chasing? It's more men making the first moves. Yada yada. You know what I mean. So it's like
But women
when we storm the gate, we don't want to. We want to finesse inside. We don't want to like barge through the gate. We never want to barge through the gate.
Right. As there's, yeah, everybody should be consensual for sure.
You want to knock on the door and say, "Hi, can I can I come in? I brought flowers." You know what I'm saying? I bought candy. You know what I'm saying? I met your mom. You know, your dad
Okay.
likes me.
On
Yeah,
that
come in.
on that point right there, if a man introduces you to his family and friends and has you coming around, doesn't that mean that you guys are into them? Like it's
No, I don't know why. I don't know why y'all think that. I don't know.
because
I don't know
everybody, I
what that
mean,
is.
that's what everybody thinks. Like,
The family's gonna be like on a deal. Like, damn, here's another one.
but
Here's
what if,
another
but
one.
what if he doesn't? I mean, we don't know what type of guy he was. We don't know.
What's her name? What's this one's name?
Right. But does I mean, if they do that all the time, then yeah, it's not special. But if he doesn't bring you around to his family or if that's like special to him, I mean, that's not a special thing. Like, say,
I think
you know do you know what I'm saying? Like
you finish.
somebody who doesn't always just have a new woman. He might have many girlfriends, but he didn't bring them around the family. I don't know if that's Megan's case or not, but wouldn't that speak something to a woman? Or
No, I mean I hope not. I've done that before, and
so why would you do that?
my dad has said, "Who's this one? What's her name?" Right in front of her. I'm like, "Yeah, man, they thought."
But did you
you know,
bring
they're
all
meaning
your girls
things. But
home? Did you bring
no,
all your
no.
girls home?
Yeah, I had to because I was living with my dad at the time. So,
Oh, well, yeah, that's different.
and
But
then sometimes some of them met my mom, but that don't mean nothing. It just at the time I had to go see my mom. So,
I don't know.
and
I just was raised like if you introduce like you don't introduce just anybody to the family.
even with girls like I bring to Thanksgiving or something or whatever, it's like, oh, that this is the specific one who didn't have nowhere to go, so I invited her to go eat with me and my family. It don't mean nothing. It didn't mean
Right.
I
But
didn't want her to be by herself.
right. So I don't know. We just have a disconnect on that part. Because for me, I was raised like I don't bring just anybody around my family.
Yeah, that's
Like
you know
like
you
like it
can't
would be
do that.
special to me.
Yeah, you can't think like everybody's like you.
But Megan the Stallion in her story that she posted of him like cheating and whatever she said to like expose what's happened. She said, "Oh, you even had me meet your parents and we were playing house." So I'm not the only
Yeah,
one that feels that way. Like I think a lot of women who are like dating for marriage, if
yeah.
you introduce me to the family, like that's kind of like important and special.
No, it has to go further. It has to. I mean, that might be a step, but obviously, you know, it didn't work. It doesn't mean that it's going to work out just because you met my parents.
Well, yeah, yeah, no, definitely that doesn't mean it'll work out, but
Just
it
because
means
we spent Christmas in Lake Tahoe.
right,
You know what I mean?
but
Like,
it seems like a step, like in I don't know, a rational world where people are both dating for marriage.
yeah. Look,
Like it seems
we
like
haven't
that
heard
would be a
anything.
step. That seems like
We
it
haven't
would be a
heard
step.
anything from Clay. You know, this is all like accusations. We know Megan is a liar, so it's like we don't know what's really going on until we hear from his side. But if he cheated on her and they were in a monogamous relationship and it wasn't just on her side thinking that they were in a relationship, then that's fucked up. But if she made all this up and she thought they were together, but he was like, no, I never said we were together, or and just because we take pictures and you see my parents, but that don't mean shit. I'm fucking. I just like to fuck bitches. Then you know, that's on her. You know what I'm saying? But you know, a player, and he's a player. He's an NBA player, and he's a player from the Himalaya.
Right, exactly. And like in his past situations, they said that he never addressed it. You know, why would he? He's just gonna keep it moving. And
Yeah,
what's
exactly. A man like that don't need. I don't. You don't need to say shit. On to the next. On to the next.
yeah. So that's, you know,
There's always going to be a girl there. There's always he's never going to run out of female.
right. And that's the mentality that a lot of men have, but there's certain women that aren't replaceable. Like, and a lot of men find that out later. Like they'll
Mm,
when they get 20 years down the road, they'll be like, "Oh, that lady, she was good to me. That was a good woman." Blah 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 blah. And like, I mean, that's just how karma works and like how life goes.
all
But
right, if
then
you
there's some men who just have enough women that
yes,
they like NBA
yes,
players. Like it
yes,
probably doesn't matter to them,
yes,
but men do know how certain women have made them feel, and they will think
yes,
about them. You
yes.
know?
When you said that, I was thinking about five girls.
Yeah,
So it's not just
five out
one.
of
Exactly. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
so that's a
That's what I'm
that's a small
saying.
amount. That's still a
Yes.
small amount though. But
Yes.
anyways,
That's what I'm saying.
five one five.
Yeah. This one was cool. This one was cool. I remember she did this. She did this for me. She brought me when I was medicine when I was sick. She cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So do I regret all of them? No, but well, I regret um I guess not being nicer, I guess, or whatever. But I don't regret, meeting them. But I also am glad that we didn't go further because we just weren't right for each other. But it doesn't dispel the experience that we had, and how they're all great. They were great. So yeah, you're gonna reminisce. I mean, Klay is 36 years old. He has, 30 more 30 more prime, prime good years. You know what I'm saying? Who knows how many kids he could have by then? Who knows if he gets married? You know what I'm saying? Like he's just having fun right now, I guess. You know what I'm saying? We're not. I think he tried with her. I think he really, really wanted this to work or try it out, and he couldn't deal with it because of her past. I think her past fucked her up on this one.
He probably didn't take it serious after a while. Or he just couldn't resist.
What's wrong with
Cause
what I
like,
said?
no, I mean what you said
You
is
just you just walked right over it. You went right back to him like it's his fault.
it is his fault. He's the reason why they ended. And the men are usually
Allegedly,
the
we don't
reason,
know that. You're already on her side. You didn't even hear anything from him. He didn't say anything.
and he's not going to because
He
he
didn't say
knows.
so why are we just believing Megan? We just
Yes.
gonna believe her.
I mean,
She
until there's a
lied to
reason to,
Gail King.
huh?
She lied to Gail King.
So
We're gonna
what?
we're
But
gonna believe really?
I'm sure she's grown and matured from the situation. And that's what
Oh
makes
my
it so
God.
sad.
Y'all love these women so bad. You don't even know them. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I'm just looking at,
She showed her cards to everybody. You
right,
know how she is. And you still
right,
forgive her.
right.
You
People
still
change.
ride or die. You still
Okay,
ride.
you guys don't believe in cancel culture. So why would I cancel her for anything in that has to do with a relationship?
I didn't say cancel her. I'm saying don't
But that's the same as not
give her
forgiving.
any leeway.
Right.
You're already on her side.
I'm not
Clay's already guilty before being proved innocent.
because it's his track record as well. Like they're both like not totally completely innocent in this at all. You know what I mean?
But
Like
you don't have any evidence of the other ones.
not yet. I'm sure he'll probably have an expose.
Well, he's already guilty in your eyes, in women in other women's eyes. It's
I mean, she made the person he was with, Megan. She made a statement about him, and
of course
I
because
think she, definitely did it to get the narrative, be ahead of the narrative of what
yes,
people are going to say about her because of
yes,
her past and whatever else. Because like this one guy, he was saying, oh,
because she's scandalous.
Stephen A. Smith said,
Mm-hmm.
oh, why is she saying that or putting that on the internet? And
Is
I'm
that how he
like,
sounds?
basically, that's how
Okay?
he
Okay,
gets on my
that's how he
nerves.
talks. That was
It's so,
unbelievable.
but that's how I heard it, anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
But the reason, like, she's younger, she's 31.
Yes.
I think what is that, a millennial, maybe whatever's after a millennial, like. And she has a hotties community. So like that age group, they express themselves on the internet. So there's no, I mean, that's why she said it. you know? And then this other guy was like, oh, well, she seemed very rational when she typed that out. So I think this is a PR stunt. And a lot of people are saying that. Like they think that, you know, she knows high, powerful people like with Rock Nation, because that's who her label is. And they wanted to change her image. So they created a fake relationship between her and Clay. And so there's like all these like theories out here. And I'm just like, come on. Like, I don't know, like we're just in a place and time where people do not trust anything. And like I almost blame our president because he started the whole fake news. Like we literally, and then with the AI movement, like we can't believe anything that we see or hear or anything anymore. And it's really troubling to me, you
So
know?
why are you guys believing it then?
I mean, I'm just saying, I mean,
Because you like Megan.
I wouldn't say that I like or don't like Megan, but I'm just saying what the evidence that we have before us in this moment is that she made a statement. She made a statement, right? So
Show
I
it
mean,
down the evidence.
so I can't be like, oh, she's a liar, but yes, in her past she has lied and whatever else, you know, and in his past he has been a cheater. So why wouldn't I believe what she's saying?
With no evidence.
She
There's no
said it.
evidence.
She said it. And his
And that's
past.
it, huh?
But you guys believe her past based off of, you know,
Because
what
there's
she's done.
evidence. There's evidence. And her best friend is online talking about it. And Tori's in jail. So there's evidence.
But she didn't
And she
do
was on Gayle King with
but
the
she
interview.
but she
And
did
she said that she lied on the interview. There's
but the
evidence.
but the thing with Tory Lanez, she didn't do anything wrong with that. What did she do wrong with Tory? Just because you guys don't like her because she was a woman who put him in
No,
jail.
she had sex with him and that was her best friend's man.
I don't know. I don't remember all the details, but
It was Tori and the best friend. Megan fucked Tori.
but I mean
So I mean it's on the internet.
so you guys, that's why you guys hate Megan? Because
We don't hate Megan. We don't hate. We
yes,
don't
you.
hate.
Oh my gosh, dude. Like, have you read, like, on any forum, whenever they bring her up, they be like, free Tory, or they be like, you know, they'll
Well,
say,
yeah, free
talk,
Tori. Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
or they'll talk terrible about her. And why free Tory? Because he's the one that shot her, or he was involved. It was his gun. Like, that's all I'm going to say. It was his gun. So, whatever that,
I think he's done his time.
well, yeah, but it had nothing to do with her. He went to jail.
I think
He went to jail
people.
because he had a gun, and that was his
Yeah,
gun. It had nothing to do.
I think other guys don't like. I don't think it's not. I don't think it's like we don't like her. It's like she has a past, a raunchy ass past. So it's like, why would somebody like Clay date her? We just don't understand that part. Like when she was dating other dudes, they like the rapper dude or whatever. It's like, okay, who cares? Like y'all deserve each other, but like Clay, yeah, I don't
But
know.
but if I would have known Clay's past prior to them getting together, because I didn't know anything about his past until all this came up, and then I like looked into it. But I would be like, why is she dating him? She's just gonna get her feelings hurt. But
No evidence.
actually I wouldn't even care because everybody when they saw them together at first, they were just like, oh my gosh, that's like an unlikely couple, and you know he seems super square and da 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 da. But no, that man is out here ruining hearts, ruining
Allegedly.
lives. That's what everybody's saying. That in his relationships, the girls that were with him, like there's few people that made statements that he was a cheater. So
Women are bitter and women don't lie either. They don't lie.
I didn't say that. Women lie.
Like,
Yeah, women lie. Definitely. She's lied. Yes, she has lied. But
so I'm saying the past girls that he dated, they didn't they didn't twist the
but
truth a little bit.
but
Maybe
there's a thing
they were a little
about
bitter.
But there's a thing about patterns, you know, like and behaviors and people. That's what people have to look at. You can't trust people's words. You can't trust, you know, like you have to look at their actions and
Yes,
their patterns. And his pattern says
yes,
he's a cheater. So
allegedly, because you have no evidence.
Right. But that's just what, like I said, that's what and he did not refute it. So, and this
Why?
whole,
For
this,
what?
I mean,
He's still making money. He's still playing ball. I mean, he don't what reputation, and he's still gonna get women. So why he don't play that? He's not on online like girls are. He's not
right.
no girl.
Well, that
So it's like
doesn't,
why what does he have to refute?
I'm just saying he hasn't and he's not going to.
Yeah, you don't
For
have to.
whatever reason. Right. He doesn't have to, but I mean, like he doesn't have to. And a lot of, some people are thinking, why does she make her relationship public? That's just who she is. That's what people do.
I mean, it's gonna be hard. And, I mean, anybody she dates is gonna be in the eye. So it's kind of hard.
Yeah. And like I said, she has her whole hottie community, like the Beehive, and she feels like she
Is that
had,
what it's called? They're called hotties.
yeah, she has the hotties. And so, and everybody was like, so upset and so distraught and just like so behind her. Like she really has like the Barbs and the Beehive. She really has a major following. But when I was seeing that, I was like, well, she does have a past. And he probably, I don't know. I don't think it's necessary. We don't know. This is what I don't know. We don't know if it was something with her personality that forced him to cheat. But based on his past, it's just who he is. That's his character. So,
Allegedly.
yeah. So, I don't know. But it's just interesting how the whole world is talking about this. Like every generation is talking about this. And I think it's because it is so relatable. And like men and women are in such a tough place. Like we need to figure it out. We need to get it together. Because there's so many women that I know that are single that are good women. And I guess certain men will be like, oh, well, she's, but, or she had an attitude, or she has this, or this, or this. But men and women, I don't know. If the goal is to get married and have children and do the traditional family thing, a lot of stuff's gonna have to change. And I think
I think it. Go ahead, finish.
no, I was just gonna say I think it comes down to taking time to get to know each other and like getting trust, becoming friends, have a firm foundation, a solid foundation, and that just takes time. And it takes like effort and it takes intention and no sex, which is the hard part
I think
for a
what
lot of
happened
people.
was I think women wanted equality, which is fine, but that went into the job market, and that's what fucked everything up. Because women took positions that men would have taken, so and then they're also being more assertive and more educated. But there's also companies that say they have to hire women, so they're taking those positions and making good money. So when women make good money, they want more from their mate. And we're down here, since we're not getting those office jobs or going to school, like women are, we're driving buses, we're auto mechanics, we're teachers, we like to work with our hands, we're doing construction. We're not making as much money as uh, our female counterparts are now.
Right.
So now they're not looking at us because we don't make enough money. We're at the 60 to 100. They're making 100 to 200. Now they want the boss that they're working for. They want the CEO or the COO. They don't want the bus driver. They don't want us
That's not true.
lowly guys.
I
So
mean, it might.
that's a problem
Okay,
because
well,
they don't see what okay. One side is they don't see a man who makes less than them. They can't respect that, or they don't
not
feel like
true.
they're at another level. They're at a higher level than them, so they need to they at a higher pace because what are they going to learn from a guy who doesn't make as much as them? But then on the other side of that, there's some insecure guys who don't want to date women who make more than them because they feel like they're the women are gonna throw that the salary in their face, and that's an insecurity that we need to get over because it doesn't matter how much money she makes, we are still the man in the household. Most of the women I've dated made way more money than me, and that don't mean shit to me. I still pay for dinners. I still pay for drinks. I still, you know, pay. You know what I'm saying? I'm still the man of the household or whatever of the relationship. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't give a shit. But some guys don't want, and they never threw that in my face because I don't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I think most men now in modernity don't know how to be men. Don't are afraid to lose somebody or talk a certain way and be aggressive and assertive when they have to be and lay the law down. It's like when you have a dog, you gotta train the dog to not bark or it's gonna keep on barking. I don't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? I tell the dog to stop barking or he's gonna go back in the closet.
Yeah, well, that could only work with certain women for sure. But ain't nobody referred to me as a dog, first of all. But I hear what you're
You gotta
saying.
train these girls. You gotta train them.
Like, yes, some women do need a little bit of direction, and it's a give and take. And like women, a lot of successful men, if you look at men who are truly successful, and I'm not just saying money wise, but just happy, joyful, just fulfilling their dreams, they have a strong woman next to them. They have a woman that's there to support them. And it's a give and take. Like both
It's like
people.
what's that movie with Taraji Parker? I mean Taraji P Henson, and then homeboy with the light eyes in that movie where he was I'm a chef, but I want to get a food truck, and she thought he was like a high class chef because he was driving in the car. Remember that movie? And then like um she didn't want to date him when she found out that wasn't her car and that he was just trying to
Oh, I
buy a
kind of
food
remember
truck.
that.
And then
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Morris Chestnut came back in the picture because they used to date, and Morris Chestnut was this high value man and shit. But she really liked
Yeah.
homeboy. Damn, I forgot brother's name,
I
man.
know I forgot that movie too, but I know exactly what you're
I
talking
mean, I
about.
forgot the actor,
But I
but yeah,
think,
but and then in the spoiler alert, in the end, they get together, but it's like he had to he had to be a man and lay the law down, and he accepted her for how much she made. We don't care about that shit. We care about the content of the character.
right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
same for women, like a good woman, a
That's
real
not
woman.
true. That's not true.
But it's not all women. It's not all
Women
women.
are innately hypergamous because they want
No, they're not.
to
That's
take
not
care of
hypergamy.
themselves
But you guys
and their
tell us
children.
what?
They need
Huh?
to take care of themselves and their children. They need safety, and safety right now is a roof over their head and money. They didn't want to worry about anything. They don't want to worry about any finances or if the roof is leaking. They just want to take care of themselves and the kids and the husband.
Right, but that's not realistic in this modern times. Like
Right.
that's not a realistic world.
So now it's them and or I do it myself. I won't settle for less. They have to make
But it's not
more,
even
the
less.
same or more.
It's not even about money. It's about a man who respects you, who loves you, who cares for you,
Yeah, it's about
who's
money.
consistent. No, and who's consistent. A lot of these men are not consistent. And no woman
What do you mean consistent? If I was
like
consistent, I'd be boring, and then you cheat on me.
no, that's no. If a but then that woman didn't like you. But if a woman likes you, she wants you to be
It don't
consistent.
matter.
She wants to
Women,
hear
it
from
don't
you.
matter.
Yes, it does. You can't
When
generalize all
a
women.
woman can like you for like a year, 3 years, 15. When she gets bored, it's a wrap.
Same for men. It happens all the time. Like you can't
No, we'll
generalize.
stay.
You can't generalize a whole. Oh my gosh, bro.
We
Do
stay for the
I know?
kids.
I know so many women who have stayed for the kids, for the man, for the sex. Like regardless of how they treated her.
They stay for the
So
sex.
it just yes. That could be the only reason. But there's people. You can't
That's a relationship.
generalize. You can't. No, you can't generalize whole genders.
You're outlining the few people that you know. Who's generalizing? I have to generalize because I don't know everybody. Just because I know a couple of people who are outliers, that don't make my argument or debate convincing. I have to generalize to do to have a bigger cohort. So when we talk about these things, then you can talk about the outliers. Of course, there's going to be outliers in anything, but you can't talk about a subject and just pick and focus on the outliers because that's not true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you got to go by statistics. The
and
majority of your female of your sisterhood are hypergamous.
but what's is I don't think hypergamy is the right word. If you guys are saying you want to lead us, then
Yes,
that's what you guys need to do, but you guys are not
yes.
doing that. So how does that make
Okay,
somebody
I agree with that.
hypergamous? How does that make somebody hypergamous if we're supposed to be led by men? You know what I mean? And then the other thing is right now,
What are you?
you
What
know
are you?
AI is taking over all the white collar jobs. Like that's just the direction of the future. And all this conversation about having money and all that is going to be done with because of the what do you call it? The universal basic income that is going to be needed to supplement our all of our lives because AI is going to take away our jobs if everything goes to the plan of what these tech companies are putting in place. But the jobs that won't go away, which are in heavy demand right now, HVAC jobs, electrician jobs, plumbers, all those blue collar working jobs cannot be replaced by AI. And they're like making over 100K a year. Like, like what? I would not care if I would love a man.
That's
Like,
you.
what do you mean that's you?
That's you though. Convince your sisters to see the light.
But why wouldn't they want? I mean, if we're talking about money, if they're people, men doing blue collar working class jobs or whatever, they're making over like 100K. So if it's about money, like, are you saying it's about money or is it about the job title? Like, that could be a whole nother conversation. But I think most women want that I know, the good women that I know, they want men to just love them, be consistent, not cheat on them, not steal their peace, not be crazy, and not be, did I say cheated on? We don't want to be cheated on. Like, literally, that's it. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's not common. That's your outliers. That's it. And those are your friends.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to get some stats on this. Maybe I'll look that up and put it in the description. But so I don't know. That's just I don't know. This is just wild times, and I think people need to just really work on themselves and bring all that they can to the table. But then again, I don't know. Some people don't even want to sit at a table. They want to sit on the grass. So with pillows. So it's just people are different, and
That
that's what
sounds
people
dirty
need.
to me.
Right. So like people are different and we cannot like the thing that bothers me about the internet is that people generalize whole genders, whole races based off of one or two people's actions. Or maybe, the actions that we see in the media. But there's, it's hard out here.
I will agree to that. I mean, when you see interview after street interview of girls saying the same shit, and picking the bear and wanting a guy with money and blah blah blah, it
But
it
that's
get
a
it
certain
get
type
it,
of woman though.
it gets you kind of
Yeah.
it
It,
gets any man what's one term disenfranchised about dating. Is that the
right.
word? Is that a
Yes.
good word?
I mean,
Because and then when you go out and you see it for yourself, in the club, in the bar, at a lounge, you know what I'm saying? I mean, then you get, dang, I guess I gotta get a sex doll.
but that's why people shouldn't expect to meet anything real in a club, a bar, or a lounge. Like
What are
that.
we supposed to make? Guy by nature, guys make the first move, right? Guys are the lions, right? So it's like we are we pursue the women, but I mean, after going out so many times and seeing the different shades, different types, different dress styles of women doing the same shit, what do you do after that?
You look in a different environment
you
for
get
a different.
hopeless,
Yeah,
like
but
hopeless.
no, but you men also and women need to switch up how they vet and where they meet people, like in these environments. If you're going to the strip club, or if you're going to the casino, or if you're going to
Strip club.
a club or a bar, I mean, maybe a bar could
Who's
be,
meeting anybody at the strip club?
a bar is a little bit more social though.
Yes.
So I'll say, okay, maybe a bar situation, but
Especially out here where LA got some good bars.
yeah. So I mean, you could probably possibly meet somebody in like a bar lounge situation because it's more verbal. Like you have to actually get to know people and talk to them, not just seeing somebody shaking ass on the dance floor and you're like, "Oh yeah, I want to talk to her." Like you're basically picking somebody based off of their actions. So it's not anything real. Like those environments, you're not going to meet quality people in those type of environments because most of the people in those environments don't want to meet anybody long term. They just want uh 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 uh. So, anyways, we could talk about this forever. I won't keep you much longer. But yeah, so well, it feels good to be back, my
Yeah.
friend. And thank you everyone for listening to our podcast and check us out on Instagram, YouTube, Non-Perishable Goods. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye. I don't want to leave meeting.